A couple was getting ready for their child's funeral when she suddenly opened her eyes and said 7 words. Abby Furco, who had been fighting cancer since she was 4, seemed to be losing her battle. Doctors told her family, now that she was 10, that she had only 2 days left to live. In 2016, her family gathered by her bedside to say goodbye. Just when it looked like Abby's time was up, she opened her eyes and said something that amazed her parents. Abby lives in Virginia Beach, Virginia, with her mom, Patty, dad, Joe, older sister Maggie, and little sister Emily. At age 10, Abby appeared to be much like any other child her age, for she enjoyed summer camp, reading, and baking for her loved ones. Meanwhile, some of her dislikes included math, her least enjoyable school subject. But frankly, numbers were the least of Abby's concerns. That's because the youngster had been diagnosed with cancer in 2011 at the tender age of 4. Indeed, she had a rare form of the disease known as Philadelphia chromosome-positive acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Unlike many forms of cancer, this strain cannot be treated with typical chemotherapy drugs. With that in mind, Abby's prognosis didn't look good. You see, she was given a 20% chance of survival by her doctors, much to her family's anguish. Mom Patty recalled the moment her life fell apart in a YouTube video for the St. Baldrick's Foundation. In her emotional testimony, Patty struggled to rein in her tears. "That's right," she said. "The day Abby was diagnosed will be in my mind forever." Dr. Wessler introduced himself as a hematologist-oncologist, and his first words were, "Your daughter Abigail has leukemia." After that, I heard nothing else of what he said. What's more, Patty also opened up about Abby's diagnosis in a 2017 interview with People. As the mom went on to explain, "We were devastated. We were basically told that she was going to die. There was very little hope." Meanwhile, Dad Joe told the St. Baldrick's Foundation, "We didn't know what to expect. It's not something that anybody could ever prepare for." Family life changed dramatically for the Furco family as Abby's battle with illness began. From the ages of 4 to 6, Abby's life revolved around hospitals, pills, needles, and chemotherapy. She underwent a bone marrow transplant and participated in a drug trial, all with her family steadfastly by her side. Her mom, Patty, told People, "We kept her surrounded by love because we knew we could lose her at any moment. There were times we didn't know if she'd pull through. She faced many infections that could have ended her life. All we could do was watch her fight and try to get better." Abby herself reflected on that challenging period, telling WAVI-TV10, "There were lots of new and scary things for me, and I was only 4 years old, so I didn't understand most of it. Even going to a normal kid checkup was new to me. It was super scary." Thankfully, by October 2013, Abby's condition improved. She responded well to her initial treatments, allowing her to briefly return to normal life. For a precious year, she attended school, played soccer, and rejoined the Girl Scouts like any other child. However, the return to normalcy was short-lived. Sadly, Abby's leukemia returned in September 2014. As a result, her family was facing the prospect of losing their little one once more. Having Abby diagnosed with cancer for a second time felt like a particularly cruel blow to the Furco family. Moreover, the youngster would also appear to suffer a lot more on this occasion. As Patty went on to explain to People, "As hard as that first diagnosis was, this one tested every ounce of our being." Revealing how the return of her cancer affected Abby, Patty said, "She became completely immobile. Any movement hurt her, and she hardly spoke. To add to that, an operation was on the horizon. In order to treat her leukemia, it was decided that Abby needed a second bone marrow transplant, so she underwent the procedure at Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago before transferring to Duke Children's Hospital in North Carolina. But that's when things took a devastating turn for the worse. Following her transplant, Abby experienced a number of serious complications. In February 2015, she contracted graft-versus-host disease. This condition occurs when white blood cells within the donated bone marrow start to attack the transplant patient's normal cells. Terrifyingly, its symptoms include skin rashes, diarrhea, and liver damage. Abby's worries didn't end there. In May 2016, her kidneys began to fail because of the aggressive treatment she had undergone to fight her cancer, so she was consequently hospitalized once more. On this occasion, doctors delivered the devastating news that there was nothing more they could do for her. Heartbreak appeared to be just around the corner. Abby entered intensive care, needing dialysis around the clock. Her doctors warned Patty and Joe that she would only survive for 48 hours if taken off the machine. With that, it seemed that Abby's life was drawing to a close, and her parents began planning for her death. As Patty explained to People, doctors told us it was time to let her go. She was only awake for about an hour each day. We began preparing our other daughters for her death. Patty and Joe Furco faced an excruciating decision when they chose to remove their daughter, Abby, from intensive care and bring her home to spend her final days surrounded by family and friends in Virginia. Abby's grandparents flew in to say their goodbyes, and the family began planning her funeral, selecting songs, flowers, and even a casket. It was a heartbreaking moment, but Abby had other plans. In the quiet moments amidst the bustling activity at their home, Abby spoke softly to her parents. Her father, Joe, recalled her words to WTKR, "I know I'm supposed to die. I don't think I'm going to yet." Those words, full of quiet determination, turned out to be prophetic. This period was especially challenging for Abby's sisters, Maggie and Emily, who were too young to fully grasp the gravity of the situation. Patty later shared with the Virginian pilot, "We just talked to the girls and told them that we would always be together, or at least our souls would be." Then something extraordinary happened. Abby began to wake up and recover. To the amazement of everyone, she grew stronger by the day. Her mom, Patty, told people, "We couldn't believe it. In a matter of days, weeks, and months, she started walking and getting stronger." Abby's recovery was nothing short of a miracle. Patty described it as defying all odds, adding, "The doctors have no idea what happened. One of them told me that in over 25 years, he'd never seen anything like it." Joe echoed these sentiments, saying, "Medically speaking, Abby should not be with us anymore." But she's continued on, saying, "Thank you for your opinion. I'll see you in a couple of months or years." Even Abby's doctor, Jacob Wessler, was astounded. His team had prepared the family for the worst, believing Abby's body was shutting down. Dr. Wessler told people, "We told Patty and Joe there was nothing else we could do. Her organs weren't working correctly, and every intervention was making her worse, but when we started backing off treatments, she began getting better on her own." Though he couldn't explain the recovery in medical terms, Dr. Wessler speculated that Abby's will to live played a significant role. This determination was evident in the 7 words she shared with her parents on her deathbed. "I have so much living to do." After her recovery, the family embraced a new outlook on life. Patty shared, "We've stopped asking why she recovered and started looking to her future." Abby began enjoying childhood milestones she once thought she'd never experience again. She attended Camp Fantastic in Front Royal, Virginia, a camp for children affected by cancer. There she danced, crafted a stuffed toy carrier, and had a week of fun and camaraderie. Abby's return to normalcy continued as she resumed school with the help of a tutor. Despite her challenges, she managed to start 5th grade on time. Physical therapy became part of her routine as she worked to rebuild her strength. Abby explained her progress to the Virginian pilot. "I'm trying to get stronger after being in bed for so long." Patty focused on small victories, sharing, "With school starting, we're settling into a routine. We're just taking it one day at a time." When Abby was well enough, the family decided to fulfill one of her biggest dreams, a trip to Italy. Having fallen in love with the country during a 2nd grade project, Abby had been devastated that she might never see it. But now, her family whisked her away on a whirlwind tour, visiting Naples, Venice, Rome, and Florence. In Florence, Abby even took cooking lessons, mastering Italian classics like tiramisu and pizza. For Abby and her family, the journey has been one of incredible resilience and love. Her story is a testament to the power of hope, determination, and living life to its fullest, even in the face of impossible odds. 1 year after Abby's family was told she was dying, the brave little girl completed 5th grade. In a wonderful turn of events, she was also in remission, taking steroids twice a day to help her health. However, her prognosis remained uncertain, and her future was still unclear. Despite the challenges, Abby's family cherished every moment with her. For now, she wanted to focus on living a normal life. As her mom, Patty, shared with people, she just wants to be a normal kid, hang out with friends, and go to school. Her zest for life is just amazing. Abby became an ambassador for the St. Baldrick's Foundation, showing that her life is about much more than her illness. In May 2019, she even performed in the school musical Annie Jr. and dreams of opening her own restaurant one day, where she would be the chef. Abby revealed her secret to overcoming challenges in an interview with Loewe TV, saying, "You have to have that perseverance and positive mindset to take it one day at a time." With this attitude, her family believes anything is possible for this determined girl. As Patty said, "We watched her die and come back to life. Now we're looking to the future."